'twas the time of the preacher.
And I used to be such a nice guy.
Well, for a man that don't go healed, you run your mouth kind of reckless, don't you?
It's a little too early for being that loud. Hey, too late.
What an incredible Cinderella story. This unknown comes out of nowhere.
I guess I'm the only one that remains unaffiliated.
Welcome to the 4-1 Podcast, where for 4 minutes we talk about one topic. Today, let's think about being flexible. I know for some of you are like, whoa, easy there, killer. That wasn't on my agenda for today. I know, you're going to have to roll with it. I was in a store not too long ago and I saw this. It caught my eye. This is Stretch Armstrong. Look at that! That is some incredible flexibility. Now, when I saw Stretch Armstrong, you might be thinking that I had a moment of nostalgia where I went back to my childhood and one of my favorite childhood toys. Not so. I never had this. This is a doll. I did not play with dolls. However, now as an adult, I'm a little more open-minded, a little more flexible, if you will. And I decided, you know what? I want to give this doll a chance. And I have found that Stretchy Boy here has changed my life. I love hanging out with him. I mean, look at him. He's a blast. But the reality is I want to be more like him. Because I'm not all that flexible sometimes. Sometimes I'm just too rigid. I'm set in my ways. There's certain things that I expect and want to do and have a hard time going with the flow. The problem with that is life isn't rigid. Life is fluid and there's so many twists and turns, and you really miss out on the beauty of it if you're not able to bend. You gotta bend your will. You gotta be flexible. Now, I've developed coping mechanisms over the year to kind of deal with my own struggles in this. For instance, I always have plan A, B, C, D, sometimes even E and F, just so that no matter what happens, I feel like things are still going according to my plan. For instance, wherever I go, I have a parking spot. Now, if somebody parks in my parking spot, I find that to be upsetting. So to cope with that, I have 2 parking spots. Sometimes I have 3 parking spots. Like at my office, where our staff sometimes messes with me by parking in my first choice parking spot, and my second choice parking spot, and my third, I make sure I have a 4th spot nobody knows about. I'm pretty sure I even have a 5th I don't know about yet, just in case. That way, if I ever have to park there, I'm still in control. That's the issue, isn't it? Control. We want to be in control, because it's no fun to be out of control. When our wheels get shot off, we're bent out of shape. Things didn't go the way we hoped they would or thought they would. And so I want to challenge you to just think about being more like my buddy Stretch. Being more like him, being more flexible, more willing to bend, being stretched further than you thought you could before, because that's kind of the neat thing about it. Once you do a little bit, you can do a little more, and then a little more, and a little more. And you might start finding that there are a lot of experiences out there that you never would have considered before without that. And life will take a lot more twists and turns, and you'll probably experience a lot more of what God really intends for you. I'm trying to live this out in my own life, to be more flexible, to go with the flow, to be more fluid, so that wherever God might lead me, I might be willing to say, okay, I don't get it, and I can't necessarily see it, and it wasn't the way I planned it, but I'm going to take a stretch of faith, and I'm going to go with you on that one. If you're praying for one, asking God to give you one person to share His love with, you're going to need to be flexible. Even better, you're going to get to be flexible. So keep praying for one and take your next stretch of faith. Was it weird when he went like this?